Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to another edition of The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really serious, incredibly urgent topic. We're looking at a situation that's currently impacting the futures, the finances, and literally the freedom of countless international students. Specifically, we're breaking down what's become known as the asylum trap for Nepali students studying in France. We know how incredibly high the stakes are here for you, for your families, and for your future careers. Look, let's just start by acknowledging the absolute reality on the ground first. You arrive in France, maybe Paris, with big dreams, right? But the reality hits hard. You're struggling to pay massive university tuition fees. You've got family debt weighing on your shoulders back home. And well, under French law, you're only legally allowed to work 20 hours a week as a student. We know that math just doesn't add up. It causes genuine, sleep-depriving financial and academic stress. It is a really painful position to be in, and frankly, it's exactly this pain that bad actors prey upon to lure you into a trap.
And that brings us right to the predators. When you're stressed out and feeling like you have zero options, certain consultancies or even so-called friends on the street will try to sell you three massive lies. Lie number one, hey, filing for asylum stops you from being deported. Lie number two, it's the perfect way to get unlimited work rights so you can pay off your debt. And line number three, if you fail a class or just can't renew your visa, no worries, just file for asylum. Guys, these are dangerous illusions. And today, we're going to contrast these predatory lies sharply with the unforgiving legal truth of the French immigration system.
So, here's our breakdown for today's explainer. 1. The dangerous trap. 2. Financial stress versus French law. 3. Losing student rights. 4. The 0% reality. 5. The severe fallout. And 6. Choosing the legal path.
All right, part 1, the dangerous asylum trap, illusion versus consequence.
Moving right along to part 2, financial stress versus French law.
To really understand this, we have to look at the foundation of it all, which is the 1951 Refugee Act. This is the international law that dictates exactly how France handles asylum. And it is designed strictly, and I mean strictly, for protecting individuals who are fleeing active war zones, facing severe state-level political persecution, or direct, proven threats to their life based on race, religion, or nationality. And here is the bit of truth that you absolutely must hear. Desperation does not rewrite the legal code. French law fundamentally does not recognize personal debt, high tuition fees, or economic hardship as valid legal reasons for granting asylum. And this brilliantly illustrates the disconnect. On one hand, you have your very real problems, right? Family debt, hard to pay tuition, the struggle of just surviving on 20 hours of work a week. On the other hand, you have OQTF's strict rules. Now, OQTF is the French office that handles refugees. Their rules absolutely require war, state persecution, or certified life threats. The overlap, there is exactly a 0% connection. French immigration law sees absolutely zero overlap between your economic struggles and their criteria for asylum.
Part 3. Losing your student rights. The very second you file that paperwork, you enter what we can only really call a whirlwind of waiting. Step 1. Your legal identity is basically stripped from you. The French government immediately confiscates your passport. Step 2. You enter this maze of endless interrogations and background checks that can literally drag on for months, sometimes even years. Step 3. Remember that lie we talked about earlier about getting to work more? Yeah, the reality is a strict legal ban on working during this waiting period. You completely lose your guaranteed 20 hours. And finally, Step 4. This total loss of autonomy, being trapped in a foreign country without a passport or a way to make an income, it plunges students into extreme mental stress and depression.
Let's just put this into clear perspective side by side. As a legal student, your status is clear, it's secure. You have a guaranteed right to work those 20 hours a week. You have the freedom to travel across the entire Schengen zone. And most importantly, you can actually study at your university. But as an asylum seeker, your status becomes incredibly risky and uncertain. You face strict bans on working. Your passport is locked away, so you can't travel outside France at all. And your studies, they are completely halted. It basically puts your entire future on pause. Which brings us to part 4, the 0% reality.
The sheer undeniable mathematics of this situation are striking. I mean, numbers cut through all the emotional manipulation of those consultancies. For individuals from Afghanistan, approval is over 97%. For Syria, it's over 98%. These are countries devastated by active war. And then, look at Nepal, 0%. Why? Because the French government officially designates Nepal as a pays sûr, a safe country.
There's no civil war, there's no state-sponsored persecution. This means that filing an application without hard, undeniable proof of extreme, individualized political danger, it's a mathematical dead end. Your approval chances are exactly 0.
Part 5. Refusal and severe consequences.
So, what happens when the legal hammer falls? No matter how expertly your story is crafted by a bad actor consultancy, and no matter how painfully real your personal financial struggle is, the system is designed to check for facts, not feelings. Without documented evidence of state persecution, that final, terrifying letter from the Home Office will always have the exact same words stamped across it in red ink: refusé, refused. And honestly, that refusal is just the beginning of the nightmare.
So, the crucial point is understanding the absolute severity of the fallout. Once your fake claim is refused, you are immediately hit with an OQTF, an obligation to leave French territory. You are legally ordered to pack your bags and get out. But it doesn't just stop at the French border. You are then slapped with a total travel ban across the entire European Schengen zone. You are completely locked out of Europe. And worst of all, your immigration record is permanently ruined. Any future background check for any visa in almost any country is going to show that you filed a fraudulent asylum claim. Your global mobility is utterly destroyed.
Finally, Part 6. Choose the legal path.
The choice you face here is stark. Think of the legal student path like a long, steep flight of stone stairs. It is exhausting. It requires hard work, serious budgeting, studying late into the night, and yes, dealing with financial stress. But those stairs are solid. They lead upward to graduation and a real, legal career. The asylum lie, however, it's a trapdoor. It promises this quick, magical escape from your stress, but the exact moment you step onto it, the floor falls out from under you, leading straight to legal ruin.
I really want to make this as clear as possible. Failing a class hurts. Having to figure out how to pay to repeat a course or extend a student visa is incredibly difficult, and it's expensive. But those are temporary struggles. Ruining your global immigration record and getting deported, that is permanent. Extending your legal visa, no matter the hardship you have to face to do it, is thousands of times safer than stepping onto that trapdoor. Please, do not leave the legal path.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final, vital question to think about. When the stress is at its absolute highest and someone whispers an easy lie in your ear, what will you choose? Will you face the temporary, albeit severe, financial hardship of being a student? Or will you risk permanent legal ruin for a 0% chance at a shortcut? Protect your future. Stick to the hard, honest road. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and keep learning out there.